Bangladesh is in the throes of a political crisis as Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has resigned and fled the country following unprecedented and deadly protests.
The Honorable Prime Minister has resigned. Now we will form an interim government and continue our work to lead the country.
The unrest has claimed nearly 300 lives, culminating in the storming of her official residence by thousands of demonstrators. On Monday, August 5th, protesters breached the heavily fortified Ganabhaban, looting and vandalizing the Prime Minister's residence. Social media footage showed chaotic scenes of individuals stealing items and rummaging through office files. The turmoil escalated further as mobs stormed the Bangladesh parliament, marking a significant escalation in the crisis. Prime Minister Hasina has reportedly fled to India, landing at Hindon Air Base as her 15-year rule comes to an abrupt end. The protests, primarily led by students, have been driven by anger over a controversial quota system for government jobs, which reserved up to 30% of positions for descendants of veterans from Bangladesh's 1971 War of Independence. The protests intensified after a High Court ruling last month reinstated the quotas, which had previously been halted following mass protests in 2018. Over the weekend, violence peaked with at least 95 people killed on Sunday, marking the deadliest day since the protests began. Both police and protesters used live ammunition, resulting in hundreds of injuries. Students accused the government of attacking peaceful demonstrations, fueling further outrage.
We were returning after the funeral. We were leaving campus. They set off sound grenades, blasted homemade explosives, and lobbed tear gas at us. What is the reason for all of this? If the administration doesn't want to cooperate, how will the protests remain peaceful?
In response, Bangladesh's Army Chief General Waker-Uz-Zaman announced the formation of an interim government.
Country is witnessing a period of revolution right now. I had invited all the leaders of political parties. They came here and we had a good discussion. There we have decided to form an interim government. Through the interim government, all the functioning of the country will take place.
A key organizer of Bangladesh's student protests announced that Nobel Peace Prize laureate Muhammad Yunus is their choice for head of an interim government, following the resignation of longtime Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. As Bangladesh awaits the formation of an interim government, the immediate focus is on restoring order and addressing the demands of the protesters.